Good morning, everybody. Welcome into Sunday, the 25th of September 2022. I am Spirit of Life Alchemy, and this is your morning message tarot reading. So, we have a new moon in Libra today. We also have some other astrology. So, the moon, starting off the day from the UK in Virgo, is going to form an opposition to Neptune and conjunct Venus, which is going to activate or reactivate yesterday's Venus-Neptune opposition. The moon's also going to form a trine with Pluto and then conjunct Mercury that is retrograding back through Virgo. Mercury and Venus are closing in on a conjunction. And that will be forming a trine to Pluto. That's in the coming few days. Just trying to see if I've got my... don't know. Oh, I know where my moon diary is. It's next door in the bedroom. I was just consulting my little Hong Kong book of Kung Fu moon diary. So, yeah, in the next few days, obviously I'll tell you when it's coming up in the morning message. So, yeah, after the conjunction with retrograde Mercury, the moon's going to enter Libra, where it will form a conjunction with the sun at 2 degrees at the new moon. So, we've already mentioned about sort of the moon reigniting yesterday's love opposition. And what I've got here is connecting to the heart and to love, for deep transformation, especially around sort of communication, reviewing communication, how we talk to each other and communicate with each other before the new moon. So time of reviewing and release, could be around sort of information and communications and self-expression. And then what I'm getting for the new moon is having a bit of a pause and finding balance and new solution to consider in development, in new developments in your life. So that being said, let's do this morning's morning message tarot reading. As you can probably tell, my brain is still suffering from Mercury retrograde. It was feeling quite fine up until a couple of days ago, and now it is just really like full on complete disengagement from my mouth. So only a week or so more to go. Well, actually, what are we, the 25th day? Next Sunday is the 2nd. Mercury stations direct next Sunday, so we're in the last week. I don't want to say we can see the end of the horizon, because Mercury will often go out and kick the door as it goes, so expect more fun and games in this coming week. Anyway, back to today's morning message. We've got the Work Your Light cards. So what do we need to know for today, Sunday the 25th of September 2022? Messages from Spirit, please, for the collective. What help, advice, support and guidance can Spirit give the collective to help us navigate today's energies, all for our highest and greatest good? What do we need to know? One more. Let's see what we need to know. I don't know why I do that. It just feels right at the end of saying, what do we need to know? Okay, so at the bottom, Pillar of Light. I can't even read that at all. My eyes are just really bad today. I did get a letter from the optician saying I need to do it. Right. Your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. Pillar of Light. Okay. It's really hard to wear these glasses because I can see there's a window reflecting in them, or if I've got the light ring on, just the light ring. So I tend not to wear them, but just feeling the need to today. Okay, share your voice, come out of the cave, persecution and expression. Okay, and then deep replenishment, retreat, rest, be held. So you need to come out of your cave, and then he said cake, come out of the cake. Come out of your cave, but also retreat, rest, and be held. So let's have a look at these cards and see what they're saying. So in general, we're going through this huge evolution where humanity is raising its vibration up to the 5D quantum level of the age of Aquarius. But not just humanity, the planet is also raising its vibration as well. So we're transforming into this new age, this high frequency, high vibration age. And with it, we're able to shed sort of the old restrictions, the old paradigms, where sort of we've been held back, as especially women within that, okay, and other, we've been made to keep ourselves small, keep ourselves hidden, not speak up, not share our truths. And yet the tide is changing for that now, and more women are stepping into the spotlight, sharing their voice, helping to in this evolution. So one of the things that has stopped us in the past, it has been persecution, particularly things like sort of the burning times and the witch trials, but then just basically patriarchy as well. Let's not beat about the bush. The whole patriarchal system is designed to keep women small, hidden and silent. But the rising of the divine feminine, we're actually starting to break that down. So learning to be able to speak up, to be visible, and heal from the persecution. And I know there's a lot of groups, a lot of women, lots of people working on this around the globe and things like that, a different sort of people working in collaboration and things. So, in the background of this rising vibration, we've got this undercurrent of work going on, and we're being asked to step up and into it. It can make you feel really vulnerable. It can bring up lots of trauma or triggers and things like that. And the advice here today is, if that does, then retreat, rest and be held, or hold yourself. Even one of the things I do sort of to feel held is I reach down into the earth, into Gaia, and connect down with the divine feminine, the divine mother, and she holds me. So you can do that as a visualization or a meditation, or sort of however you see like divinity and things like that. Then just being held and knowing that you're safe and secure in this at this time. Let's do some tarot and see what messages the tarot has to add to that. So we've got the wonderful line strider. Only another week to go. What do we need to know for today? Sunday the 25th of September 2020, and oh God, I nearly said December, nearly said 2024. Sunday the 25th of September 2022. Okay, what do we need to know for today? Sunday the 25th of September 2022. Messages from Spirit, please, for the collective. I think this is the first time I've used these cards since since my return. Each new deck that I've gone back to, it's like sort of the first time using them, they're all a little bit stiff. So, you left us for 3 weeks. What were you doing? I was ill. Well, I wasn't ill. I had a broken toe. Had to rest it up on the bed. It was too uncomfortable to sit on a chair with my foot down. Made my toe throb. Anyway, let's stop rambling. So, messages from Spirit, please, for the collective. What help, advice, support and guidance can Spirit give us to help us navigate today's energies for our highest and greatest good? What do we need to know? Okay, so the Lovers. Nice new moon in Libra card. Then we've got the Nine of Swords. We have the High Priestess. We have the Queen of Wands. We have the Two of Swords. Eight of Swords. The Emperor. The Moon. And then at the bottom we have the Ten of Cups. Okay, I'm just going to leave that there. Okay. Leave those there. I'm going to go through the story. The top few cards may come out of there at the end. They may not. Okay. I think I was just being curious. Okay, so where we find ourselves, we have the Lovers. Okay, now the Lovers is the Gemini card, and can often indicate a choice or a decision. So I just got three wood pigeons just landed all together on the tree outside. Easily distracted. ADD brain. Okay, anyway. The Lovers. Okay, Gemini card can be the choice, the decision. The reason I said, oh, good for the new moon in Libra, is that sort of Libra is about relationships and how we are in relationships and how we connect with other people. And it can be in, you know, we aim for it to be in a balanced, harmonious way. But often sort of we can need to, during life, work on that to bring that into balance. And the other thing I'm getting is fairness. It's like what we give out to other people, how's that coming back to us? Are we giving more than we get back? Is it an equal sort of balance of energies? Or do we need to pause and think about how we balance that energy? Okay, and whether, you know, time to walk away from relationships. And that doesn't necessarily mean sort of romantic relationships. With I think what was being asked today is to pause and have a look at all our relationships and how we are in relationships and how we communicate in relationships and what we give in relationships and what comes back to us. And then decide whether sort of we can change ourselves. That's all we can change. We can't change sort of other people. So that's when it's about sort of having detachment and being not observation, objective. That was the word I was looking for. About what's coming back and sort of whether, you know, if we're giving out far more than we're giving back and we can only change ourselves, then we need to ask ourselves the question of, is it time to release and let the other go and go on our way towards better relationships? Okay, that's just a message I got through maybe for somebody. So anyway, where we are at the moment, decisions and choices, pausing around relationships. And it could have been causing us anxiety, worrying, waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning, the Nine of Swords, that sort of worrying, and anxiety and stressing. Usually in the middle of the night, these things affect us. And I just smile. I feel like I've got two pigeons watching me outside. It's making me quite conscious. Go away, stop staring. That one's listening to me. Sorry. Back to the reading. So yeah, what is there anything in your relationships that's causing you stress and worry, keeping you awake at night? If there is, the key is, the foundation is to connect to our higher selves, the high priestess, our higher knowing, our wise one. They they're both watching me now. Yeah, connecting into your higher self, seeing what's true, what feels true and right to you, rather than, not just staying in our head. That's not the thing to do. Connecting through your heart, to your higher self. Just be still, go inwards. This retreat, rest and be held. That pause, that being quiet, and going inwards, to just really connecting with yourself. And in doing that, you help to set a firm foundation. Also, in doing that, we allow ourselves to become the Queen of Wands. Okay, in our power, what's right for us, what's true for us. The new moon is in 2 degrees or 3 degrees, 2 degrees 48 of Libra, is in conjunction with Mercury retrograde at 27 degrees Virgo, and Venus at 25 degrees of Virgo, and they're forming a trine to Pluto in Capricorn. So why was I saying that? Why did this card make me think of that? Oh, transformation. As we connect into ourselves, as we connect into our heart and our mind, and we bring those into balance, and we're pausing, that connection to Pluto can help us to make powerful changes and transformation, and be in our power to do that. Okay, transform ourselves internally. Okay, because that's where the change has to come from first. And the darker the moon, everything's internal, everything's hidden. It's the quiet side of the moon, the dark side of the moon. Okay, everything is happening down in the subconscious on an internal level. That's where the transformation happens. And also, we've got about 6 or 7 planets currently retrograding, so the energy just overall is very internal, and internal learning, reviewing, reflecting, internal transformation. And as we get into October, then we start getting planets turning direct. Mercury on the 2nd of October, Saturn also in October, and I think Pluto as well in October. Okay, stationing, turning direct, and then we've got a couple more in November, and then in December. Saying that, we will have Mars retrograding at the end of October in Gemini, but we'll come to that later in the month. So it's all very much going on an internal level, and an internal change, and that's fine. We do the internal work. There's no need to rush out at the moment, because we've got the Two of Swords, which is the energy we're moving into. We can't see the way forward yet, and I don't think we'll see the way forward until Mercury stations direct on the 2nd. It's almost like we're in suspended animation at the moment. We cannot pass go, we cannot collect £200. We're sort of just, it feels like we're being held in a holding pattern, suspended animation, while sort of all this energy sorts itself out and then sort of flips and starts moving forward again. So yeah, just sit with it. And what we're sitting with, we've got the Eight of Swords here. We're looking at sort of old mindsets and old stories and you know, old belief systems that are running the show in the background. Okay, this new moon is a time to go in and look at those, see, to find them, see what you've outgrown, what you've outworn, which is no longer true for you, and release them before being able to move forward. And as you release them, we come to the Emperor. We come to a place of self-mastery, of being the master or the emperor of our own domain. We have the ruler of our own lands, our lands being us. And we have structure and we have stability. And from that place, then we can be fired up to go forward. And with the moon after that, this could be between now and the full moon on the 9th of October, which will be in Aries. Aries rules the Emperor. Okay, so at the moment it's very internal. We're pausing. We're looking for these old patterns, old mindsets, the old way we relate in relationships. And then as we go towards the full moon, each day, you know, a bit more is uncovered. We step a bit more into the truth. And by the time we get to the full moon and we've got the full light of the sun shining down on it, on the situation, then, you know, we're able to transform that. I'll also say something about this new moon as well is we're at the start of eclipse season. So the next new moon in Scorpio will be a new moon solar eclipse. So we're getting into that energy. So, you know, we're shining the light on the bigger pictures of what we need to release. Okay. At the bottom of the deck was the Ten of Cups, the happy ever after card, emotional happiness, contentment, you know, somewhere over the rainbow. At the heart of everything, this is what we want to achieve. And to get to this, we have to do all of this work. So I'm also seeing the Ten of Cups with the Pillar of Light card. Okay, so we're working towards, you know, the the Ten of Cups, happy ever after. But we need to carry on doing the work as we work towards that. Okay, so that's today's reading. A bit all over the place. The pigeons, one pigeon is still there. Still looks like he's watching me, but hopefully not. Anyway, sorry about all the distractions. I hope you enjoyed the reading. I hope it resonated for you. If it did, then please do like, share and subscribe to the channel. For notifications, then click on the wiggly bell wherever it is. If you'd like a personal reading from me, then email me at the email address below this video in the descriptions box. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful new moon in Libra. And until tomorrow, thank you for watching.